But then in the very next part of the reading, it was showing me this. I love like these visual metaphors. Showed me playing hopscotch, and I actually really did like love hopscotch when I was young. I still do. Um, haven't done it in a while, but showed me playing hopscotch and being all happy. But then like bending down and like with a piece of chalk on one of the squares, like tracing the number, actually the number 15, over and over. And while I'm doing it, looking over my shoulder, and the energy of it was like I started out playing, but then I kind of got obsessed with like getting the game right, and then I'm looking over my shoulder to make sure no one comes and like fucks up or interferes with the work I'm doing, like this perfect 15. And it was like the first square in the hopscotch game, so it's like I'm not even letting myself like move play the game. I'm actually just like being stuck in this box. So the only relationship I had with the number 15 was that the date for this show is October 15th. And I could totally see the truth of that. And actually, in fact, just yesterday I was having a conversation with a friend where I was really protective of the energy around this show. And I knew I was being like kind of defensive. Um, and that it was based on the past, It's like have I know I have important stuff that wants to come through me, and I've distracted myself for years, like through bad relationships or drugs or just serving other people's agendas, worrying about stuff that I really wasn't important to me. And I know that about myself. So now that I'm so close, I feel like to creating something that's really mine and that's pure, it I do feel protective, and I may be being overly defensive and obsessive, like, because I am afraid. I'm afraid, and the message was just like, don't forget the joy. Don't become. And of course, I'm like, well, this is the fucking thing. Even in the reading, it's like it's got to be this paradox, right? Because the truth is a paradox. Again, this creative dance. It's like, yes, keep your eye on the vision and like be like laser focused, and like it's so important to like be completely all in. But don't forget, like don't get too serious and don't get too focused, because you also have to like let go enough to still see the big picture and to enjoy it. And I'm like, that's impossible, right? That feels impossible sometimes. I'm like, okay, I know how to like relax and enjoy, kind of. Um, and I know how to focus and be like determined, but like to be both at the same time, it really is, it's subtle. Um, so, and then I started to doubt myself because I was like, gosh, maybe I was being overly defensive. Oh, yeah, no, this other part came in. So she picked a card for me, an oracle card at the end, and it was the dance of the butterfly queen, which is amazing, right? Because in my story, The Rebirth of the Golden Queen, she's actually the golden butterfly queen. So that's like very significant. I've only written like 2 stories like this in my life, and that's one of them. And but then when she started reading like the description of what it meant, like when I first saw the card, it's a woman, and she also has a sense of like leaping, and I really got that. It's like the message is like, yeah, go for it, go for it, and like believe in the vision, but also stay light and know that you're fucking supported by grace. Like go for it and be bold and have fun and stay light. Yeah. Not like stay focused in this like gripping way, but focused in the sense of like have faith. And but when she's reading the description of it says some pretty good things. And then it says something like, and be open to support. Don't see receiving support as a sign of weakness. And automatically, while she's saying that, all of a sudden I start thinking about the way that I pushed away someone that wanted to support me, because to me it didn't feel aligned. And then I like was harsh because I'm being overprotective. But that felt true to me. Like the overprotectiveness was, not graceful, but I felt really clear in that, like, no, this energy is not aligned. But when I heard that card, all of a sudden I was like doubting myself, like, maybe I do need to be more open. And she felt it, the reader, Denise. I don't think she was feeling me. I think she was feeling something like from spirits, and it was about not giving my power away to cards, to anything, to anyone, to cards, and how, like, the oracle cards, tarot, just like anything else. It's like, if it's inspiring and it's coming from a place of just like, I don't know, like extra validation, then that's great. But she was saying that what was coming in is that I'm like, kind of, it's actually diminishing my power. It's what she said is, make your own tarot cards. You're an artist. And what was interesting is I've had that feeling, I said my painting's in my room. And I've been sitting in front of my painting meditating. And I did have that insight before, like, wow, I'm the creator of this. It's like a feedback loop, and I'm creating all of it, And like, my painting has all the information I need, and my painting comes from me, and the very source in me, that greater source, that is how these paintings are coming through. Because me as like a small person, I can't create these paintings and all these messages, It's something greater than me. But that thing that's greater than me is inside me, and no system that someone else made, and drawings that someone else drew, it's going to give me any more information than what that can give me, than that what it is giving me. And so, if anything, she was saying that those messages can, actually dilute the power that I'm in, and the power that I can bring. Which felt true. Like, even this morning, like, it did feel good. Like, I found myself being like, oh, I got to pull cards because I felt unclear this morning. And it's like, if I feel unclear, sit with it, And I have been kind of like avoiding that because it sucks. It's a shitty feeling. And I'm so